I was excited and fearful at the same time. Stepping out of the comfort of schools and walking into the real world, I had no idea what awaits me. I was very determined to earn as much money as possible because I thought once I have money, everything else will fall into place. It was a rainy summer afternoon, I remember. My phone rang. I was offered a junior position in the marketing department of a pharmaceutical company. I accepted the job without any hesitation, even though I graduated with a finance degree. Fast forward to 7 years later, I was just sitting on my balcony because it was too hot and stuffy inside. And suddenly all of those fond memories of the days that I was just still working in my first ever job came back like a gentle breeze. Going through stages of the decision-making process with involvement and collaboration of different departments, I've learned how systems can make or break a business. A well-designed system which enables efficient workflow and effective participation of personnel would drive a business to its triumph. On the contrary, a goal, no matter how smart it is, without a good system could either be wishful thinking or be a hand that pushes the company into the moral hazard pit. Realizing the importance of a good system to the survival of a business, I thought to myself, how about I build a system for myself, a system that would allow me to do the minimum amount of work within the minimum amount of time and with the least amount of error. Strongly driven by my laziness and my aversion to repetitive tasks, I spent hours and hours on end digging the internet. I then finally arrived at something that automated 80% of my work. Nothing fancy or technical, some simple Excel formulas and well-structured worksheets had upgraded my entire work process and brought more recognition to me than I could ever imagined. Then I made another step. I asked myself, what if I built a system for my own behaviors that could lead me to the best life path? Like most people, I'd already been functioning majorly in my pilot mode, so it is essential to make sure that my pilot mode will not someday send me to the ground. With such an idea in mind, I plunged into reading about human psychology and behavior, and at the same time about the universe and its laws. Things are best to be put into perspective. Some philosophical minds later arrived into the picture, and the ideas became my guiding lights. My life goal started to blur into the background since the day I learned the humility to recognize what could be beyond my control. I've learned as long as I do my best in every step I make, every outcome will be the best outcome. The hedonic treadmill or hedonic adaptation proposes the consistent tendency of human beings to quickly gravitate back to the base level of happiness no matter what. Money and status, which were once my ultimate life goal, turned out to be the laser dot, and I turned out to be the cat. I found that the joy of finding the solution to my problem or making my colleagues' lives a little bit easier is far more fulfilling and long-lasting than the notification of money being deposited in my bank account at the end of the month or the title on my LinkedIn profile. Learning about what doesn't matter in life brings me closer to what does. It's been a long journey and I've not yet arrived at anything solid. But every day since then, I wake up with the gratitude that I'm still alive to continue this journey. Being exposed to various conflicts and triggers in a professional environment, I sometimes found myself reacting and behaving in ways I didn't know I would. I learned the humility to accept how little I know about myself. In his book, 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson wrote, "You can only find out what you believe rather than what you think you believe by watching how you act. You simply don't know what you believe before that. You're too complex to understand yourselves." I was pondering over and over again on those sentences. It hit me the hardest way possible. So since then, I've become very careful when I make an assumption about myself, especially when I must communicate it to another person. I treat myself as a dear friend whom I know the most, and also whom I could never run out of things to learn about. I must say, this first job experience has changed me as a person. It brought me more than what I asked for, and I forever appreciate the opportunity to work with the people there. I've gained a holistic view of how businesses work, how systems underpin every facet of life, and how automation could unlock the tremendous power to productivity. I've realized what's important to me and what isn't. I've also looked at myself in a different light. So, those are the lessons I've learned from my first job experience. I would love to know about yours. Please feel free to share with me in the comments below. This is my first video ever and it's nerve-wracking to press the upload button. I guess I'll just throw myself into this new adventure and see how it goes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.